We want to take a closer look at this rapidly unfolding Trump transition and what's next. Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press, on duty this morning. So, Kristen, I mean, look, these are explosive picks, but there's nothing surprising about them. I mean, Donald Trump said exactly what he wants to do and the kind of folks he wants to serve out in his cabinet.
Savannah, you're absolutely right. No one should be surprised. President-elect Donald Trump on the campaign trail talked about the fact that he wanted to give RFK a big role in the health space, talked about the fact that he wanted to overhaul the Justice Department. And by the way, that's a lot of what we heard from Matt Gaetz. So while some people are viewing these picks as controversial, the reality is he signaled that this was the direction that he is going in. The question becomes what happens with their confirmation process. While some senators are expressing some skepticism, I think the key point here, Savannah, we haven't heard one Republican senator say outright they will vote against these picks. So at this point in time, there is no reason to believe that these picks can't get confirmed.
Yeah, they may be controversial and explosive, but as you said, not surprising. But there's this talk, and it may just be talk, that if there is resistance to these picks, that the president-elect will use previously up to now not used power to adjourn both houses of Congress and potentially just have his whole cabinet served by recess appointment. Is that a conspiracy theory, or is that something that could potentially happen?
Well, Senator Thune, the new Republican leader in the Senate, poised to be, said that nothing is off the table. But the reality is, Savannah, I think they're going to try to let the process play out first. Look, the new Congress will be sworn in at the beginning of January. They'll start to hold confirmation hearings. The inauguration's not until January 20th. As one top senator told me, the goal is to get his picks confirmed by the inauguration. If that process gets held up, then you could start to see real talk about another road.
All right. Kristen, thank you so much. Of course, we can see Kristen on Sunday on Meet the Press.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.